We're going to make a quick little cut. Just do it up to halfway through the page. Halfway, about halfway. It doesn't really matter because it's not anything important that we're really going to write. Halfway, just draw a line down the margin and then just cut off just that little piece. The reason we're doing that is we're going to title it, and we're just going to have 2 tabs. So just go ahead and copy down the titles.
Why when we going through it, right in that moment then, do we begin to believe that the moment won't end? After the sun sets, then won't the sun rise? After the rain pours, then won't the sun shine? Look at the mothers, they ain't felt in delivery. Who hears their babies crying, that pain becomes a memory. Yeah, I just want to remind you, your now will be a then. You'll just look at behind you. Surely the God of all glory will take me, break me, and then he'll restore me, store me. Hey, so when the sky's looking gray above, know his grave was dug just so we could taste his love. Yeah, so stop trying to dodge the rain.
So we're going to take a look at multiplying in scientific form, and hopefully you know how to multiply decimals, because that's what you're going to need, because I now know that you know how to multiply exponents. So multiplying in scientific form. Alright, so step 1, write in exponent form if needed. So whatever the question they give you, write it in exponent form if needed. Or really, you should just say scientific form, but that's fine. Step 2, group the first factors and powers of 10. Group the first factors and powers of 10.
Oh, as you're attached to the vine and prune it may hurt. You don't know what he's doing at first. He's truly at work. So you just look the pain in his face as his strength to carry you through. Displaying his grace, the favor of faith. You just watch the praise when you're done.
Step 3, multiply the integers slash decimals. Multiply the integers slash decimals.
Forgets her pain when she sees her baby's face, and she holds her smile, and the joy my heart contains makes it all worthwhile. Even when rain is falling down.
And finally, step 4, follow the rules of exponents. Follow the rules of exponents.
Why I'm staying, you're with me through it all. My joy will never leave, 'cause it provides the strength.
Just a quick note, you need to know that there are no fractions in the answers of scientific notation, and you may have a negative exponent. There are no fractions in the answers for scientific notation, and you might have a negative exponent.
When she sees her baby's face as she holds her.
Go point to have a listening check. Underline the title, multiplying in scientific form. So listening check, underline multiplying in scientific form, the title.
Like the roots that night will fade, just like a mother forgets her pain as she sees her baby's face. She holds her smile, heart contains makes it all worthwhile. Even when rain is falling, even when rain is falling down. When you shine behind the cloud, yes he does. You shine behind, yeah.
20 times 3 times 10 to the 9th power. 20 times 3 times 10 to the 9th power. Now this is going to be your listening check. Do not copy what is about to appear. Don't copy any of that down on the right hand side in purple. Don't copy any of that down. Don't copy any of that down. I made a mistake and I don't want to do it again. That's your listening check. If you copy it down, you are not listening. Alright, let me show you actually how to do it. So this is what you should copy down. So copy this down. 2 times 10 to the 1 power, because that's how you write 20. And then times 3 times 10 to the 9th power. And all you're going to do is group the factors and the powers. So the factors are 2 times 3, and then the tens are 10 to the 1 and 10 to the 9. Then it says multiply the integers and the decimals. So we go ahead and just multiply the integers. 2 times 3 is 6. And then the powers, we've done this in exponents. I'll do it on the side. 10 to the 1 and 10 to the 9. What are you going to do? You're going to add the exponents. So it's just times 10 to the 10. Now take a look at number 2. 1.5 times 10 to the 4 times 3.4 times 10 to the 4. So again, we're going to write in exponent form if you need, but we don't need to. So group the first factors and the powers of 10. So you're grouping the numbers 1.5 times 3.4, and then you're grouping the tens. So times 10 to the 4 times 10 to the 4. Alright, then it says multiply the integers or the decimals. So we're going to multiply those decimals while saying that I hope you know how to multiply. So decimals is just like normal numbers. You're going to do 34 times 15. And whatever answer you get, you just count the number of decimals in the question, which has a total of 2. So you put 2 decimal places in your answer. So it's 5.10, and then it's times 10, and this one's going to the side, 10 to the 4, 10 to the 4. What you do, you add the exponents, that's 8. So 10 to the 8. That's it. Number 3, 1.55 times 10 to the 4 times 3.96 times 10 to the negative 8. So again, you write an exponent form if you need, but you don't need to because it's already done for you. Then you group the first factors and the powers of 10. Okay, so you're going to group the first factors and the powers of 10. So that means the numbers by themselves is 1.55 times 3.96, and then the tens, 10 to the 4 and 10 to the negative 8. Then you just go ahead and multiply the decimals. So I do, since I did this, I'm going to do lattice on this one, since I did regular, so I'm going to do lattice. Okay, so I'm going to slow it down just so that you can see how to do lattice. You line up the two numbers, you draw boxes, just like this, and rows, just like this, and then you multiply each box after you do the diagonals. And I missed one. Oh, there we go. Alright, just do the diagonals like that, and then you're ready to multiply. So we're going to go the first one, and I picked a different color. 3 times 5 is 15. You put it right there. 3 times 5 is 15. You put it right there. 3 times 1 is 0, 3. So 0, 3. Then you go to the second line. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 5 again is 45. Then 9 times 1 is 0, 9. Then you go to the third line. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 1 is 0, 6. And then what you do is you add the diagonals. So the first diagonal that you have there, 0 plus 0 is just 0. Then 5 plus 3 is 8. Then all of that added together is 23. Sorry, 2. So put the 2 anywhere in that diagonal. And then add those together. So 9, 10, 15, 19, 21. So you're going to put the 1 there and then carry the 2.
The ground, and you're crying out, but nobody's listening. Help us on the way.
And then you're going to add that row. So we've got 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 3 is 6, and then 0 on the top. And then just write it out. So it's going to be 6, 1, 3, 8, 0. And then after that, obviously just count how many decimals you had in the question. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 total. So 4 from the end. So the answer is 6.1380. 6.1380 times 10, and we're just going to work out the 10. So 10 to the 4, 10 to the negative 8. I don't like negatives, put it on the bottom. What do I do? Subtract. So I'm going to get 10 to the negative 4. And remember, because it's exponents, okay, it can have a negative exponent because they don't like fractions. So that's your answer. I'm going to take a look at one more example. And since I did the lattice one on this one, I'm going to do, what was it called? The Chinese method on the multiplication, just to kind of remind you. So number 4, 1.3 times 10 to the negative 2 times 1.32 times 10 to the 3. And I'm going to use the Chinese multiplication. So we did the regular, the lattice, and now we're doing the Chinese. So again, write the exponent in write an exponent form if needed. I don't need to because it's done. Group the first factors and powers of 10. So the numbers are what? 1.3 times 1.32. And the factors of 10 are 10 to the negative 2 times 10 to the 3. I'm going to do the work on the side. Again, I'm using the Chinese method, so I'm drawing lines. Alright, so I'm going to draw, the first number is 1.3, so I'm going to have 1 and then 3. So I draw one line, leave a gap, then 1, 2, 3. Then on the second one, it's 1, 3, and 2, so it's 1, leave a gap, 1, 2, 3, leave a gap, 1, 2. So take a different color. you're gonna remember it's the edges by itself, so there's an edge, and then it's the next set together, there we go, then the next set together, there we go, and then the other edge by itself. And then all you do is count the intersections of lines. So the first one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The second one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 1, carry 1. The last one is the 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7. And then the last one is just 1. So then write that number down. 1, 7, 1, 6. 1, 7, 1, 6. Then we're going to count the amount of decimals in the problem. So we had, in the first number, we had just 1. The second, we had 2, so that's 3 total. So count 3. So it's 1.716. And then times 10. And then we're just going to do that on the side. So we have 10 to the negative 2 times 10 to the 3. I don't like negatives, so we're going to put that on the bottom. And then because it's on the bottom, it's going to be subtracting the exponent. So it's 3 minus 2, which is 1. So this is going to be 1.76 times 10 to the 1. And that's it. Okay, so let's just practice so that we can get really good at this.